gotten some great takes from the experts here. I'm going to boil it down to very simplistic football for me. So we've got the great insight here. For me, this is going to go back to old school football. Like with all the spread formations and passing 65 to 70% of the time in most football we see, I think both teams are going to have to run the football, stop the run, because that's the way Notre Dame plays football, and that's the way they've been successful in going to playoff appearances the last few years, and that plays into the role of the quarterback for Jack Cohn because he is not a 40 attempt quarterback. They do not want to put this game on his shoulders. They want to put him in great situations where he can throw the ball on 3rd and 4, throw it on 2nd and short to surprise the defense, do those sorts of things. I don't think he's going to be fazed by the atmosphere. I think the atmosphere could be very intimidating for most players, but this guy's played at huge games at Wisconsin. He's played at Big Ten championship games, Rose Bowls. He's played in front of larger crowds. This might be the biggest night game he's played in. But I don't expect him to be fazed by it, but that doesn't make him a great player. He's a decent quarterback. He's not a great quarterback, and they cannot have him throwing the ball too much. So, Florida State stops the run, and on the other side, if Jordan Travis is not a significantly better passing quarterback than what he was last year, then Notre Dame just needs to load up on the run. So I see this as a running game on both sides of the ball, at least early in the game.
All right, now let's put up a shut-up time, boys. It's prediction time. James Coleman, you played at Notre Dame in 2003 when we won 37-0. That was a beautiful game. I was in the stands, maybe partially intoxicated. I want your prediction. Does Florida State come out with the upset, or does Florida State lose to Notre Dame for a 3rd straight time?
I'm going to say that they lose, but it's a much improved game. And I'm saying that with the understanding that anything could happen. I don't believe that they're going to get blown out. I believe if they come in and everything, the stuff that between what I saw in the 3 days that I actively got a chance to really, really watch full practices. And, I guess the things that I've covered, I've seen, and I've gotten a chance to hear about, they're a much improved team. I just think Notre Dame traditionally and at the same time is much, much better in the trenches from just a Jimmy's and Joe's standpoint. So, and that's where you win football games is in the trenches. If Florida State hasn't been able to address that yet. Now, 2022 looks like they're addressing that great. But as far as 2019, 2020, 2021, getting to this point, I believe that Notre Dame is a better trench team for us. So I'm going to say, I think the game will be, I'll say 30-23. But it's going to be an exciting game.
30-23 Notre Dame. All right, Logan, who you got?
I think it's going to be close. I think Florida State, the biggest thing, make it competitive. Make it competitive. That's all you need to do. I'm not fully sold on, I believe I predicted on our podcast that Florida State wouldn't win this game, so I'm going to stick with that. We haven't made a score yet, but I'd say Florida State right now. I think it's going to be – I think there's going to be a lot of scoring going on, to be honest. I think Florida State – is going to make this into the 4th quarter. I've got Notre Dame. I'm still worried about Adam Fuller. Nobody's even said anything about Adam Fuller yet tonight, which after last year was one of the most atrocious things I've ever seen in football, other than like a Nickelodeon shows. But I'd say Notre Dame 34, FSU 21.
First
Not
of all,
extremely close, but not too crazy. But I do think it will be competitive where you're going into the 4th quarter, and that's what Florida State fans want.
First of all, don't knock Nickelodeon shows. Let's calm that down. Wild and Crazy Kids, Hey Dude, Salute Your Shorts. That was phenomenal television back in the late 80s, early 90s. I wish this game was week 2. I wish we were opening up with Jacksonville State, get a quality win under our belt, come in with a 1-0 record, and then play Notre Dame. I do not like a quality win that starts with confidence. After last season, you need to come in 1-0 into a game, especially when you're playing a top 10 team like Notre Dame is. I believe in Florida State. All 3 of us will be in there. chop it up, wrap it our garden and goal. I think Florida State will play much better this year. I think Florida State will be in it. I think Notre Dame gets a late touchdown that puts it away. Unfortunately, I think Florida State, for the 5th straight season, loses their opening game. I'm going to say 38-27, Notre Dame. I think Florida State sticks with it in the 4th quarter. Notre Dame punches it in for a late touchdown. And Florida State then has to lick their wounds 6 days later to play Jacksonville State.